The broadcast. This is TV47 Breakfast, and we have Wanjiku Thega. We also have Karaoke Ngunjiri and Jared Oyie. Jared, back to you, even as we sum it up on this, because reality is that Kenyans still need to interact with the document that was presented to the president, and above everything, await the 12th of August, which then the president says would be the main day where then we begin with this journey. So yes, you speak of the fact that, of course, the broad-based government, Raila Odinga, really was focused much on what was of 2030. But clearly the president acknowledges that we fall short, and we are 4 years shy, you would say, to getting into that mark. So yes, what else moving forward?
My sister, I think where we are, we'll say that Vision 2030, there are things that we have achieved with it. And one of them that we have celebrated for as a nation is the Constitution 2010. I think the Constitution today have changed, that we need to achieve and have the fourth liberation of one country, that is economic liberation. I think that's a conversation. If you're very keen on yesterday's presidential national address from the president, it centered this conversation on our Vision 2030 and beyond, on our economic journey, where we are and where we should be. And I think we must also remember in Uhuru's government, Ruto, we had the infrastructure which were going on. And I think today, William Ruto have taken it notch high. Kenya is we'll say a construction site everywhere. And I think these are on the highway for us achieving this vision. I think we check in education. We had the 844, I'm sorry. And today we have the CBC. The 844 was, we never had a plan on how we are going to inject the graduates into the economic sphere of our country. Unfortunately, that's why we are having many graduates outside here who are jobless, because we didn't industrialize our economy. But I think with the CBC today, it will be very easy for us to absorb our comrades, our students, the graduates into the economy without maybe creating for them jobs as it was perceived before in the 844. We must also remember where we are today. You have talked about, Rice was talking about the healthcare yesterday. The question that comes in now, is the universal healthcare working for us? Is it aligned with the Vision 2030 and beyond? We must also remember on the affordable housing and sanitation and water, are they things achievable? And that's the question you asked before we went for break. I strongly believe that the address that Rice gave yesterday, these are the things that we can achieve in our lifetime. There's nothing barring us as a country to be where our peers are. If you check Zambia today, they were far much behind us today, But today, economically, they are above us. So these things that I think William Ruto is giving us, or the vision that Prof.Anyang Nyong'o and Prof. Hino and the team have worked around, these are things that are achievable within our lifetime. And yesterday, again, I think when Rice was addressing the nation in his closing statement, he said that this thing, the address here today, there's a born child who may not even understand that this address was here. There are those who have not familiarized themselves with the document that he gave yesterday. But this is to live beyond Rais William Ruto's tenure. It is not only to the politicians, and that's why we find it from ODM fashionable. It's aligned with what our founding party believed in, that a country can have a conversation beyond the politicians and leaders who always maybe find the table, they share the table. We can find a common ground from our professionals, from our church leaders, from youths, from academia. We sit down, have a conversation on our way forward. I think it's also very interesting. There's nothing unique that South Korea did that we can't do. There's nothing unique that maybe China did that we in Kenya we can't do. We strongly believe that Vision 2030 and beyond is achievable in our lifetime.
All right, fair enough. I want us to also introduce another conversation, but still